afternoon, all. I'm very pleased to be today with you. I believe this is one of the events in the last 15 years which people are talking, the technical-minded. So they're talking about the risks. So I'm very happy to be part of this and take the organizer to have the opportunity, to give me the opportunity to say some words. So it's very hard after very good speakers to say something new. So we saw a little bit magician. So I was trying to do myself a little bit more interesting to disappear. So I was in the toilet, but I didn't manage. So you have to be with me another 15, 20 minutes. Oh, great. I will cover a little bit the global picture, and I believe all of you are very familiar with this. And if you allow me last 10 minutes, I will be focused on the Slovenia earthquake and experience which we have there from 1997. So we will cover a little bit 3 parts: interconnected world, qualitative, not cut, because our colleagues already speak about the quantitative, so I will be focused on qualitative to say what happens in Slovenia, and earthquake exposure. And let's say in the end, 1 minute only, by Trust 3, the company which I'm coming from. It was already said in the first session, we are living in an unexpected world. So we are all interconnected. Risk complexity is increasing day by day. Cyprus 10 years ago was completely different than now, but the prices still remain the same. They have a price for the earthquake, which is mandatory 0.6 per mil, and they're having the price for all cover, named fire 0.7. So regarding the pricing, I believe I don't need to tell you something more, how some of the countries are very risk-orientated. So they are more or less, what they are looking at for the time being, it's to have a more for less. So, people concentration, this is what we saw in Slovenia when the earthquake happens. Climate change, we are all reading the newspapers and we see the year by year the temperature is increasing, which negatively impact on all frequencies and also severities on the losses. I believe if I can say Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, all these Central and Eastern Europe is a very good platform to learn how we can improve our risk awareness and how we can say what kind of wrong elements, parameters we define when we start with some project. This is what I would like to share with you. Local impact, global warming, for sure. On the right side, because I'm here as a risk carrier. I'm not here as a politics, I'm not here as a socialist, I'm here pure reinsurer risk carrier. If something happens, what the Trust 3 promise, we have to deliver. Cover. Is it really cover what we are looking for, the NatCat pool nowadays, in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Poland, exactly what we believe it should be. I will not touch the price. So cover, I believe, for the time being, is one of the crucial elements. If they have enough cover, if something happens, they can recover as soon as possible. And control. So risk landscape is constantly changing. Capital efficient of deployment, because we are having behind us shareholders, also stakeholders, and the claim, loss in reality. This is what the gentleman explained in the beginning. Everything is fine, but the losses which happens, we saw these videos, people are losing their homes, they're losing not only economical, but also social element. And then politicians, like I would like to stress out, are coming after 15, 20 days, promising many things, but Bosnia, we saw, they got the money from European Union. What we are doing, let's say, at the moment, what we learn, we are starting to external analysis. So we are looking cross-country analysis. If you are talking about Turkey, if you are talking about Azerbaijan, we have also to look around these countries. If you are talking about Slovenia, please don't forget, we have a very close Croatia, we have very close Italy, and we have the impact from them. Loss impact is the crucial one. What kind of losses we can expect based on the models which help us a lot? If you're looking nowadays, brokers, major insurance, Munich Re, Swiss Re, Hannover Re, Gen Re, brokers, all of them are here now. They're investing 100 million euros to provide something which can be useful for the underwriters. The question mark, which I remember from the beginning, is if the knowledge of the underwriter is adequate to accept the risk or to decline. Society, we saw the people are crying. Insured, it's a very important, this is the uninsured element which you talk in the beginning, so I will not repeat, I will go further on. So insured, uninsured. We have 2 buildings, one is insured, another one is not. Fire will not choose or earthquake will choose the one who is insured. and how we can, as a social element, cover these two elements. People are coming as a loss adjuster from the government, and they're seeing the risks. After 24 hours, insured agency is coming, and they're saying the risk should be destroyed. Another one said it's a still good stability. So you see, when something happens on the claim side, there is a lot of parameters which we don't have when we are providing the cover. More or less, I'm here to ask the questions. I'm learning from you, and I really learn in the morning. So what we learn, it's more frequent, not cut events. There is no 1 in 150. In Slovenia, we have 1 in 4. If not hail, we have a flood. If you don't have a flood, we have a frost in the winter. If you don't have a frost, we have 2 earthquakes in 7 years. More extreme, of course. Summer and winter, there is no big difference nowadays. We can have also the fraud in the summer. Perils combination. We have in Slovenia the hail claim 250 million euros because the hail was like this in combination with wind that destroyed all the facades. This is practical story. Without deductible, what gentleman said, or sublimits. This is really reality. Property insurance penetration, I believe it's not only on the insurance market and the brokers. We are doing quite good. There is also other, it's a scientist, it's a building codes, it's a government who can help the insurance. But if you look at the insurance penetration in the countries, in Slovenia, they're investing 1,000 euro for insurance. In Croatia, there is a colleague here from Croatia, I believe around 300 euros. In Serbia, less than 100. In Bosnia, less than 50. And they said, we will increase the penetration. How we will increase the penetration is the salary is the same for the last 5 years. Who will pay more? So this question, it's very important what I'm seeing here, like a product class of business. And already our strong expertise before, they said claims management in practice. We didn't talk each other before, but we have the same thoughts. So the balance is very important, to achieve the balance. Also the gentleman said, risk awareness. What does it mean? With my family, we built a house in Slovenia, 5 years new house, nobody came to offer me the, let's say, the earthquake cover. I went to the insurance company, asked for so the agents are crucial one, the selling force, to go there to advise and to invest time with the people insured, to tell them what kind of risk can be covered. IT, let's say this is the meeting with NTT, they can provide models, underwriting discipline. We received the offer for one CAT program 7 days ago. You are technical here, you know if somebody say, 2% rate online. After a couple of days, it was 1.8. After some days, 1.4. Now it's 0.7. We said, thank you very much indeed. This is what is going on. Technically, yes, but at the end of the day, the marketing prevails, and we call it soft. I didn't even recognize when it will be hard, because I don't know what is hard nowadays. Also, my wife, sometimes she is. So, partnership, of course, you are technically minded. We need this science, schools, combination what Xprim is doing. I'm participating in 15 events. I never saw so strong expertise nowadays, like here. All people from Romania, from Germany, from England, from Croatia. Okay, I don't know, sometimes I don't know even from where I'm coming from. I said sometimes from Airbus, because I'm more in the... okay, this is the answers. Maybe, if you see some of them as answers for the questions which we put in place. A risk chain, brokers, insured, risk carriers, all of us, we are together. I will not read it all. Just let's say adequate capital allocation. We have to know, managers, underwriters, senior especially, they have to know what they are writing in their book. Otherwise, knowledge now, how I started in 1997 to learn from the gentlemen which I met here nowadays. After 10 years, from Munich Re, from Swiss Re, from Gen Re, from the brokers. And I'm very proud of this. What I miss here is data. I believe still the quality of data is the crucial one. Models can work, but what we put in, we will come out. But my question is what we are putting in. In Slovenia, it was the mergers of 2 companies. They didn't synchronize the IT. Following that, the sum insured was doubled for the NatCat. They are buying double capacity for 5 years. Nobody calculated the existing and the future exposure. So this is what can happen. At the end of the day, we are buying surplus of the capacity. Maybe even better, because the capacity which they bought from the beginning was on the very low level. So maybe they're on the safety side. What else here? Fine. Delivering, exchanging know-how. What the gentleman said from the entity, we are here to discuss. We are not here, let's say, to pass the all knowledge what we have, but I like it with the magician start, so I will still try to escape soon. So, in Slovenia, what they said, let's say earthquake and flood, it's additional peril. They cannot offer the flood and earthquake without basic policy. Why? Because the fire following earthquake is the 70% of the all claims. If you remember San Francisco story, 1906, 1895 Slovenia, fire following earthquake is one of the major perils who destroy the buildings from the experience. Business interruption, to be honest with you, very hard to model. I never see some kind of modeling, let's say, for loss of profit or some good companies here for delivering the parts which should be in the couple of hours there. Supply chain impact. I'm sure you know it. Already technical branches, you know the story. So risk management in practice, this is really the homework which all of us, I believe we are doing, identifying potential losses, evaluating, and this is when models come from, but don't forget underwriting knowledge, controlling loss exposure, up-to-date policy in force. In Slovenia we had 4 times policy in force. Policy was issued in Ljubljana, risk was 2 billion euros, telecom in Maribor. So these small elements is very important to know where is the loss. Monitoring the risk, information data, we cover this, to really take a time to understand the data which we receive. That really reflects the theory, how they looks in the practice. Contract transparency, we already see now in source we have a question mark for manifestation, demonstration, just like an earthquake. It should be together in the named perils, or we have to put completely separately. Understandable communication, gentlemen said, communication. When something happens, how many agents will go to the risk C to help the people on the first spot? Human factors, proper service to satisfy customer needs. This is all our work, what we have. Earthquake, now we are coming, this is I like very much. Now you will see how models and these things can be used in practice. So this is just a little bit to see where is the Slovenia. You see Slovenia is here. This is, I said, globally. If you look at this picture, everything is fine. A red means the danger. Look a little bit closer, please. You see Slovenia is here. The red means danger for earthquake. But we have Italy here. We have another part of beautiful Italy here, potential of tsunami, which we had in the past. And Croatia, look. Fantastic. No? This is for earthquake only. Yeah. So if you look at this map, it's a beautiful one. In 1997, we have only one zone. When we start, I'm talking now about earthquake only. We have one zone, residential, commercial, industrial risk, 2 and 5% deductible of the sum insured. Everything was in the right manner. Insurance company has to follow, if they would like to be reinsured, these terms and conditions. So this is the beautiful picture. Don't forget Croatia here. We have beautiful Austria here, Hungary here, and Italy here. This is a different picture. This one shows the intensity. So magnitude produce some loss, intensity goes up, and you can see the claims, what is happening on the surface. Disaster, by the way. Look this one, 9 Mercalli. 9 here, so the highest one. Not forget Italy. Second map. Okay, this is just intensity. So we are talking in Slovenia about the destructive earthquakes. This is just what I would like to say here. Number 9, destructive. Now this is the fantastic one for the modeling. Please be focused on the dates. We have in Ljubljana earthquake in 1895. The date was 14 April 1895. Magnitude 6.1, depth 16 kilometers. It was in 1895, 4th of April. They put a structure like this just to show you how they manage the losses. 12th April 1998, 14 April 1895. Here we have 12th April 1998. Magnitude close, depth of the focus double S. We have another one. 12 July. 12 April, 12 July 2004. How many years? 6 years. So, good example, let's say, for the modelers, for calibration, for the underwriters. But the crucial is The capacity doesn't change. In 2008, we have a hail, 250 million euros. Nothing changed. From insurance point of view, from the governmental, from ever. Thank you. Depth is 8 kilometers, sorry. This is just intensity to show you, this is the earthquakes which happened, you see, very close to each other in 1998 and 2004. Magnitude, you see the difference, in the same place. This is just to show you in the same place. Consequence of earthquakes, we all know, primary, secondary. You cover all of them, so I will not repeat it. So this is persons, is crucial one, disabilities, psychological consequences. It's a big impact on all, social, political, economical, on insurance, reinsurance, on insured, or everybody. Damaged buildings, some pictures, environmental story. It's a huge loss in our environment. Practical lessons from the history. Seismic activity increasing. Building codes in theory and practice, completely different. They're not working what they're saying in the theory. Tariff zones magnitudes, once again to review. Accumulation control system, SRESTA zones, very important to follow. Split of sum insured, vice versa location. Policies in force, exactly to know how many policies we have per day. Our exposure is per day. A role of deductible. I believe we have the same presentation. 2%, gentlemen said on the second presentation. What is the role of deductible? 2%, 5%, and so on. Modeling results. Here for modeling, PML curves and deviations. Models are not providing us with a decision. They are helping us. The reinsurance managers are doing the decisions. So strategic objective, if you allow me just to say, this is the last of the slides, so we have to be all together. Investment in sustainable nat cat, and I believe this is the one of this event, it's this one. Why Trust 3? So I will not cover the trust, I will not take your time. I will invite you better to visit our website, and would like to thank you very much for your time.